Hey, everybody, welcome back to Ask Dr. Testosterone. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're a longtime viewer from the MD days, welcome back. Very, very happy to be back with Dr. George. And this show is brought to you by his book, The Bible of Bodybuilding 2, over 700 pages, everything you need to know about training, nutrition, supplementation, PEDs. That's available on Amazon.com. And of course, if you're on Amazon, get my book, Real Bodybuilding. What a great book. And now, very happy to talk to this man after over 2 months away from YouTube. Please welcome Dr. George Tsouliados. Hey, George.
Hello, Ron. Good to see you back. And the show must go on, as the Queen said.
Yeah, you have been a busy guy. You got married to your wife, Nancy, since we last talked. Congratulations.
Yeah, I got married, the day before the New Year's Eve. And she's almost about to give birth to my daughter.
Wow. Very exciting. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, your daughter, Nicole, you've already got a name. That's great. And we're speaking less than about 2 weeks away from delivery day. So you must be just, wow, you can't wait, I bet. This is a very exciting time.
It's been a long journey. And we're planning now the vacations. You know, she wants to come to the Olympia. And I'm telling her it's very hard to get on the plane with the baby and get all this tournament with the Olympia, but eventually one day she will come to the States with the kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think an Olympia, because at that point the baby will be about 8 months old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to bring an 8-month-old baby to the Olympia. That would be rough. Man, but you've also been very busy. You wrote another book. I wrote
another book. Yeah, it's actually a novel speaking about my adventures as a doctor of the bodybuilding with my trips in the States, in the UK, in Dubai, yes, of course, you're included in a different chapter, and I'm thinking about to translate this by the end of this year in English. It has a little bit of gossip inside, little stories, that were never anecdotal stories.
Yeah.
And I'm very busy because I open up a second office now. I'm working AM and PM also. Yes, and thanks to the legacy of the MD, now I'm international, and things are rolling good.
Yeah, and I've seen your update pictures. You are super lean. I think you're as lean now, maybe leaner than when you did that Per Burnell photo shoot. You're shredded.
Well, I'm in the same body weight. I have to tell you, I'm not using steroids a long time. I switched to the cream, and I'm just using the cream, one provider in a day, the GH, of course, the HG.
Yeah.
But last year, I used the last couple of pieces of Deca that were available in the Greek pharmacy last March. And of course, the 5 or 10 milligrams of Primo Winstrol last November, just before the shooting. Anyway, nothing else. I think the diet is the main thing. The empty stomach cardio I'm doing in the morning, I purchased, I have a treadmill now, and I wake up at 7 o'clock, and I'm done with my cardio by 7:30. I have my breakfast, I have to leave home by 9, and I start working at 10. And sometimes I'm skipping the meal number 2. Perhaps this keeps me lean, but my wife tells me that I'm a little bit smaller. I don't have a problem with that. Small dogs live longer, right?
That's true. I had a Shih Tzu, lived almost 19 before we put her down, 19 years old. So, so guys, this is a whole new channel for the show. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. That like button helps us out. In the comments below, you can leave comments with questions for the next show or just comments in general. We love your feedback. Helps us out. So we're going to get into what the doctor does best, and that's help you guys out with questions that you can't ask your doctor. You could, but he wouldn't know what to tell you. First one is, this is a great one because most pre-workout formulas, or a lot of pre-workout formulas, obviously you have caffeine. A lot of them have creatine in them too. So the first question we have for this week is there a conflict between creatine and caffeine? Would the caffeine make the creatine not work as effectively, or vice versa? Is this something to be worried about?
Yeah, that's true. This happens actually with creatine monohydrate because it retains water. So creatine monohydrate retains water osmotically, meaning it from an environment with hypertonic solution to a hypotonic. So creatine monohydrate works post-workout with a high carb in order to trigger the insulin rush and then put everything into the cytoplasm. So Yes, if you take creatine monohydrate with coffee, you may diurate it. The point is you don't take coffee post-workout, you take it pre-workout. Now, pre-workout, they usually use another kind of creatine that doesn't work osmotically, that just provides you the ATP, which is creatine alkaline, okay? So with creatine, you have two benefits. Osmotic environment and influx of water, and we know that muscle is water 70%. So a watery environment is anabolic, that brings nutrients. And number two is the ATP serum, that provides energy. So with creatine monohydrate, we have both of them. With creatine alkaline, because you have also caffeine, you just have the ATP production. And actually, creatine works because it provides you anaerobic energy,
Okay, cool, perfect. All right, next one's a little long, but you didn't say no to it. So here we go. I am a 54-year-old lifelong natural athlete. Over the last 4 years of my annual physical checkups, my blood work consistently indicates robust serum testosterone levels averaging 700 nanograms per deciliter. Normal reference range is 264 to 916. Unfortunately, my free testosterone levels are consistently in the low range, averaging in at 4.5 pg for ml. Normal reference range is 6.8 to 21.5. What are the possible causes of low free T with such a healthy serum T levels? More importantly, are there any natural things I could try to boost my free T levels? All the regular lifestyle changes have been maximized. Healthy diet, sleep, exercise, nutrition, stress management, etc. I feel okay with workout intensity and sex drive, but I definitely have started to notice a difference from my 20s, 30s, and 40s. So high total T and low free T. What could be causing this for a natural guy?
Yeah, the elevated SHBG, that elevates through fasting, and also it elevates with some medications like T4 or metformin. Listen, in 90 people, elevated SHBG is something good because it increases with insulin sensitivity. If you're insulin resistant, fat, obese, and you have metabolic syndrome, you have low SHBG. And diabetics, actually, type 1 that do not have insulin, have very, very low SHBG. Anyway, in order to lower the SHBG, we need to use either a higher dose of testosterone. Otherwise, we may use DHT synthetic or DHT derivatives like Proviron, DHT cream, Masteron, Winstrol, and Primobolan that bind tightly to the SHBG and lower it, okay? The other thing is you may use the supplement boron. High dose of D3 vitamin, okay? D3. And do not skip meals, because if you skip meals, the insulin goes down, the SHBG goes up, and actually the free testosterone that works is not able to be liberated.
Yeah. So, I mean, generally speaking, if somebody has good workout intensity, they have the energy to train hard, and they still have a healthy sex drive, I don't think there's a cause for concern, because it sounds like he's doing fine. Would you agree?
Yeah, well, I have cases of 1,000 nanograms of total testosterone and a lack of sex drive. Wow. And then HBG was to the roof, was over 100. So it doesn't let the free testosterone to work. Yeah. And actually, the sad thing is that the major of the medical society is not aware of this. They don't care about the free testosterone, but this is the real deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how many people, they message me and they're telling me their free testosterone is this high, but because they're on TRT through a clinic. I said, their total testosterone. I say, what's your free? And they say, oh, I don't know. They were never told that was even critical, that it mattered. I had a guy just the other day saying, I don't understand what's wrong. My total testosterone is like 750 or 800, I think it was. And he says, I don't know what's wrong. I said, what's your free test? He goes, oh, I don't know. They didn't test for that. They didn't even have that in his metabolic panel. Unbelievable. Yeah. Anyway. All right, let's go to another TRT based question. I've been taking TRT for many years at a dose of 150 milligrams of testosterone per week, which gives me 1,100 nanograms of testosterone. Recently, see, that's again total. We don't know what his free is. Recently, my doctor changed it to 250 milligrams of sustanon every 10 days. I've been feeling a lot of mood swings, especially in the fall, a lot of aggression and terrible mood. Can this difference in application generate this symptom? I have 12% body fat. Oh, no, that's another whole other question. So first of all, Yeah, his doctor bumped up his tests from 150 a week to 250 every 10 days. Would that be enough to, 10 days?
That's good because after a week, testosterone clears your system and it leaves you hypogonadic with a very low trough. So the N-phate is, let's say, every 5 days. The CPN8 is weekly, but you should do it. You should apply it sooner than the 10 days because then you have a gap and a trough that leaves you hypogonadic. The propionate is every other day, let's say, and the cream is daily. So you don't have fluctuations when you do sooner application with smaller doses, the microdosing, okay? But every 10 days, come on, it's not good.
Yeah.
So every 2 weeks, you could do the Invido, the AV, the undercount, but it still takes some time to kick, okay?
Yeah. So the cream is what you're using now, which is a daily application?
This is the cream now. First of all, because I'm tired of pinning, because I'm pinning myself with GH, HEG, and glutathione every day. But the most important is because with the cream, you have the lesser spike of all because it's a smaller dose every day.
Yeah.
And you don't spike on the blood hematocrit. And you don't use an AI when you use a cream because you use a small dose and you don't spike, okay?
Wow.
It's very steady. And I feel much better now that I'm not using an AI. Okay, listen, if you do a larger dose, a monodose of 200 or 250, it's more likely, some people are sensitive to aromatization and they have some itchy nipples. Okay, you may use an Alphadex, but we have to differentiate and clarify bodybuilding cycles and TRT, something different.
Yeah.
That's why AIs are catastrophic in TRT because they're not mega doses. Okay,
that's another thing is this guy that was contacting me, he's an old friend from high school. He said, they have me on clomiphene or something, or whatever he was on. I said, was your estrogen high? He goes, oh, I don't know. We never tested it. They just give everybody AIs at some of these TRT clinics, whether they're...
So you get benefits from estrogens as you get benefits from DHT, okay? That's why testosterone is the best hormone to use because it has two important metabolites. Right. And you shouldn't block the one or the other because you have nasty side effects.
True.
Okay.
Okay. So he had a second part of his question about where to pin, which we were just talking about pinning. He says, I have 12% body fat. Can I apply intramuscular injection to the deltoids with an insulin needle?
Yes.
Okay. Makes a lot
Still, you don't have that much fat that cannot penetrate and get into the muscle over here,
Right. Yeah. You shouldn't have fat. If you have fat here, you're a very fat person. I'll tell you that. That's like, because a lot of us can be have fat stomachs, but this is all lean up here. Like I can have veins on my chest and like a little chub I can grab on my belly still. Anyway, the next one is question concerning Yohimbine extract. It's Yohimbine, I believe. Does it help to burn fat? I usually do 1 hour fasted indoor bike for cardio in the morning. I have access to a high quality product which contains 31.25 milligrams Yohimbine extract, which is a standardized to 2.5 milligrams Yohimbine per capsule. Would that boost fat burning? What would be a safe and efficacious dosage?
Well, Yohimbine can be nasty because it gives you tachycardia, that means speeding heart rate, can give you sweating. It's a fat burner, but also it works differently than ephedrine, and it can give you vasodilation. That's why you can use ephedrine before stage, and that's why you can use ephedrine as for erectile dysfunction. Steve Blackman used to make the Twin Lab the male fuel that had ephedrine inside, and you could vasodilate. Okay, yes. Yeah. But it's not a good idea, for instance, to use ephedrine before sex or ephedrine because hitting on stage because it vasoconstricts. Yeah. So Yohimbine hits different receptors. I think the different receptors than ephedrine, certainly, because it doesn't vasoconstrict. On the contrary, vasodilates. But listen, if you abuse Yohimbine, you may have tachycardia and arrhythmia, perhaps. Worst case scenario could be ischemia. It's not good.
Wow. I believe Twin Lab had a product called Yohimbine Fuel, I believe.
Male fuel.
Was it male fuel and that had Yohimbine in it?
That had Yohimbine hydrochloride, yes.
Right on. Male fuel. Yeah. Everything was fuel, remember?
Yes, everything. H&B fuel, joint fuel.
Yeah,
I love it. Whey fuel.
We love it though. What was the fat burner? What was the fat burner everybody loved from Twin Lab?
The Extreme. It was an Extreme in 2000.
Yeah, what the heck was it called?
Ripped fuel. Ripped fuel.
Yeah, that was a Fedra, right?
A Fedra, yeah, Mach 1, yeah.
Yeah, ripped fuel. Everybody loved ripped fuel.
Black with purple.
Yeah, well, good stuff. All right, one more. I want to ask you, after a long cycle of PEDs, and then I do 4-week PCT, if the free testosterone has not recovered, but all other hormones are recovered, should we take testosterone again with a physiological dose and then do PCT again? Dr. O'Connor said in one episode that after long cycles with PEDs, his patients take testosterone during his PCT protocol.
Listen, if you do testosterone with PCT, it's like doing a TRT, you know?
Yeah, you're not. So, how is it PCT if you're still on test? It's not.
So if the FT, the free testosterone, is stubborn, you may use a moderate dose of proviron along with clomiphene. So they counterbalance, and along with proviron, you may use also boron and zinc and vitamin D3 that keep the free testosterone high, while the clomiphene keeps you the testosterone high. Because if you use a monodose of clomiphene, you lower the free testosterone because it elevates the CBG. On the other hand, if you give a monodose of proviron, you suppress LH and total testosterone. So you give them both, and you keep this balance. It works in my office, and I managed to elevate the testosterone at 100%, double the testosterone within 3 weeks with this stack of 6 pills, two drugs, and four
supplements.
For supplements. So clomiphene, proviron, boron, DHEA. Also DHEA can be part of this. Zinc and vitamin D. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. 3 weeks. That's amazing. You did all the.
Just 3 weeks. Yeah.
Wow. Good stuff. Final question for this week: can a mild cycle of steroids cause hair loss in women?
Yes, if they're prone to this. I mean, if the father and the grandfather from the mother's side also are bald, but also if they use Primo Windsor and Alba, that most women do is the DHT synthetic or derivative that gives you hair thinning. Okay, so only the DECA is an exemption. And for women to use DECA, it's just the off cycle.
Yeah,
and I've seen women with, this,
their hair's up here.
It goes really bad.
I mean, a lot of female bodybuilders, they're not taking mild cycles, but a lot of them wear wigs. A lot of the women that compete in pro women's bodybuilding.
Now, they can use finasteride only with testosterone, but few women take testosterone, some they do, but they shouldn't get pregnant. They shouldn't, because it will affect the sex, especially if there is a boy. They will ruin the sexuality of the fetus if it got a male and you take finasteride. No, it's not good.
What would happen? What would happen to the baby? Would it be like deformed or something?
It's not good if the women will get pregnant and they'll take finasteride. It's not a good scenario.
Wow. I mean, I can't imagine these women are on steroids are going to be able to get pregnant anyway.
Well, listen, there's no point of taking finasteride for a woman if she takes Winstrol, Anavar, Primo, because finasteride only blocks testosterone and nothing else.
Wow.
That's why in TRT you may save your hair if you take finasteride with testosterone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I don't think my wife will be mad. I mentioned this years ago. This is probably like 15 years ago. I had some Winstrol tabs. I was like, hey, why don't you try these? So I think I had 50 milligram tabs. We cut them in half and gave her, no, I think we cut them in quarter. I think she was only doing 12 and a half milligrams of Winstrol a day. And after 2 weeks, she was taking a shower and I heard her scream and I ran down. I thought she was hurt. And she was holding a big clump of her hair in her hand in the shower. She goes, I'm losing my effing hair. And she goes, it's that Winstrol. And that was the last day she used Winstrol.
It was working, though. It was working. It was really Winstrol.
Yeah, she was looking jacked. Her shoulders. You can tell with women, especially my wife, she doesn't use steroids anymore. But when she would go on just a little bit of Anavar, like 10 milligrams a day, 20 at the most, she has terrible shoulders, like no roundness, no fullness. Within 1 week, maybe 10 days on Anavar, poof, all of a sudden she had shoulders like out of nowhere. It's crazy. Yeah, you've heard the term natty delts. Yeah, so people say natty delt. It's like a joke because the first thing you notice on a lot of guys that take steroids is the shoulders pop. They start getting really round and full. I noticed the traps too, but I don't know if there's more androgen receptors in those muscles because you see a lot of guys, all of a sudden they had no shoulders. Now, yeah, crazy. Well, man, that is our show, our first show on this channel. Doctor, I appreciate it so much that you're taking a leap of faith on this new channel. I know it's a whole new experience, but you're still working with me and Jen's producing it, just like the old days of only a couple months ago. Because we did how many shows for MD? How many shows did you do?
242.
242?
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, well, I don't know if we want to start over and call this 240. We got to call this number one. We can't take the old show.
And you did more than 500 with your online show?
Oh, yeah. I passed 500 probably like 3 years ago. So I think it was something like 700 by the time I was done. Yeah. So I'm not going to use raw online report anymore.
I think we had the record of straight shows in YouTube, right? Almost 5 years straight.
Yeah. I don't know about all of YouTube, but definitely for MD, nobody else was doing. You were the only one that consistently did a show every week. Like Kevin Leveroni, I tried to get him every week, but he's a busy dude. He's off all over the world. I couldn't get him every week, but you were, I got to say, guys, Dr. T was so dedicated. If he was going out of the country or making a trip, he always recorded before. He always wanted to make sure that you guys had your questions answered and the information out there. So please support him. Go on Amazon and get this book. Most of the questions that you guys ask on the show, they're covered in here. There's drug profiles. There's cycles for bulking, cutting, information about all kinds of nutritional supplements, training, everything's in there. That's why it's called the Bible of Bodybuilding too. So please support his book. Go on Amazon and pick that up and get my book too. What the heck? And that's it. Doctor, so happy for you with the wedding, becoming a dad. Your life is going to change. It's going to be a whole new chapter. It's like your life is going to start all over again. It's going to be an amazing experience. Very, very excited for you and Nancy. Yeah. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments below. Leave a question for the next show below. We're gonna try to do these every week too. So we appreciate you sticking with us, all you viewers from the past, and welcome to all you new viewers. Appreciate it. This has been the first episode on this channel of Ask Dr. Testosterone. We'll see you next time.